It's February completed projects time! Hello everybody, welcome back to Starlight and Stitches. Thank you for joining me. I am Alice. If you have been here before, then welcome back. You obviously like the madness and the chaos, so I appreciate your company once again. If you are new here, then buckle in. I sometimes get slightly overexcited, especially with videos like today. Today is my favourite type of video to make. I am doing my completed projects for the last month video. So this is something that I will continue to do. So at the end of each month, I will bring together all of my completed projects that I have done and showcase them all to you, and I'll give you some details about where I found patterns and what yarns and stuff I used and where my ideas came from. So today is my happy day. I look forward to these every single month, and yeah, I'm really excited to show you what I've been up to this month. Buckle in, roller coaster ride, overexcited Alice, probably end up with jazz hands all over the place. I have my notebook with my notes in it because I have made quite a few projects this month, and I don't want to forget anything. I don't want to forget where my patterns have come from. There's a couple of patterns in here this month that I have got from Etsy, so I want to make sure that those people get credit for their patterns. So I've got it all written down. If I go like this, I will be back with you. I'm not leaving you. I'm not going off into a different zone. I am just checking my notes to make sure I've got everything down and it's fine. So most of the projects that I made this month I have got here with me today. I've got them all laid out around me, and I'm going to be picking them up and showing you. And also, of course, I have done the usual. I've got loads of photos to stick in. I'll probably do like a little split screen thing. There's only a couple that don't live here anymore. They've gone off to their new homes. So let's get started. The first project that I made in February was a birthday present, and it was for a very, very good friend of mine who I've known for years and years, and it was her birthday. I nearly said her age. I'm not going to say her age. So this was made for my friend Beck, and it is a monkey. He is not here. He has gone to her house, and here I'm going to put some in here. Yeah, so that's a monkey. I don't know what his name is yet. She hasn't actually told me. I suggested Robbie because she's a big Robbie Williams fan, but I haven't found out what she's decided to name him. Anyway, so this monkey, it came from the Zumigurumi book. So as you know, I've got quite a lot of crochet books with patterns in them. This is the first book, so he was in there, and it's a pattern by Pepika. I used this Stylecraft Special Chunky, which as you guys know is one of my favourite yarns to use. I don't often go by what the books tell me to use. I like big chunky patterns, bold, bright, beautiful, lovely, over the top things. So most of my projects always come out a little bit bigger because I tend to use the chunky in most of my projects, just because I like the way it turns out. So yeah, that was a monkey. She really loved him. I really loved him. My daughter really loved him, and I was like, we can't keep him. He is not for us this time. So the second project that came about this month is this dude. So he is called Donk. This is another thing that you will learn about me, is I like to name my projects. So I've got some photos of Donk as well. Donk is from the Amigurumi Monsters, the first book. Last month you would have seen these guys. They came from the second book. I bought the first book, and I've got some more monsters. So Donk is by Carla Fitch, which is the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And he was made out of the Hatfield Bonus Chunky in the bright neon colours that I showed you a few videos back in one of my yarn hauls. Came out really well, and I love his little pocket mouth. You could put anything in there, and if you made something like that, you could give it as a gift. You could put chocolate in there, you could put like stationery in there, lollipops, all sorts of cute things. So he was really cool, and he was pretty easy actually to do. Came together really nicely, and yeah, he's just really bright and colourful. I love colourful things. So Donk can now live with the others. What you don't know is every time I film a video, I generally try and squidgle my things up along my counter. They don't fit anymore, I've got too many, so they're kind of dotted around my house now. But every time I've been filming a video, I've had to move loads of them off from behind me because I don't want to spoil the end of month videos. So every time I film, I have to like pull everything off that you haven't seen me make yet. Anyway, so the next one that I made in February is, now my UK viewers will probably recognise this guy. This is Sir Captain Tom Moore. Now he has got an accessory. Let me grab it. He's a bit of a national treasure from the UK. Here he is. Again, I've made his glasses out of polymer clay instead of stitching them on because I much prefer the look of those than the stitched on around the face. He's got his little walking cane. Now, this pattern I got from Etsy, and it's from Mind My Hook, and I used the Stylecraft Special Chunky again. Now, this guy, like I say, he's a national treasure. When we had our first lockdown last year, he decided to raise money for our NHS, and he ended up raising millions of pounds by doing laps of his garden with his little walker. Very, very special man, and unfortunately he passed away at the beginning of February, and like I say, he was a bit of a national treasure after everything he'd done. He'd served in the war. He was just a really, really special, lovely old man, and the whole country, I think, felt it when he went at the beginning of the month, because he did represent hope, and he represented resistance and just a lovely attitude towards helping other people. So he was a very special little make, and he's got his little hair at the back there, little hairline going on. So this one felt really special to make. Unlike the Bernie Sanders, I didn't want to sell this. People said, oh, you should make loads and sell them and then give the money to charity. And I thought, I just want one to keep for myself, as a little special memory of somebody who is very, very, very special in our country. I don't know if anybody from the US that watched me would have heard of him, but if you haven't, you should look him up. Sir Captain Tom Moore, M-O-O-R-E. Amazing, amazing man. So I had to do a little tribute to him. So after I did Sir Tom, I went back to my Amigurumi Monsters book, so the first book, and this is a pattern by Little Aqua Girl, and I have named her. Now, all these things, I give them names, but they're not the same names that are in the book, and I give them my own names because I change the colours. I want them to fit in with our family, so I give them their own names. So I have called this one Little Bella in her monster costume, and she is a little girl with pigtails, and she is in her monster costume. So once again with this one, it's got a little tail on the back there. Ooh. Once again with this one, I used the Stylecraft Special Chunky. And the pattern is, like I say, it's by Little Aqua Girl from the Amigurumi Monsters book. So she is pretty special. She took a little while to make. She was quite a tricky one, but I was really, really impressed when she was finished, and she fits in lovely with the rest of the monster family in our house. Okay, the next one that I made, this is from a pattern that I got, again, from Etsy by Hain Chan. And I've done this one slightly differently. This, look at her wonky mouth. This is Kiki the Kitty. She's a big girl. She's a very big girl. Now, the pattern called for cotton. So obviously a very thin, delicate thread, and she should have been about this big. But I did my own thing as usual, and I made her out of the Flutterby Chunky that I did a big yarn haul on a little while ago. She's really, really soft, and I love her, and of course she doesn't get to stay downstairs with the rest of the monsters and animals. She lives in my daughter's bedroom and is played with all the time. She's holding up quite well so far, apart from that little bit of wonky mouth that's like dipped in. She gets quite a lot of main parts in the plays that my daughter puts together. So Kiki the Kitty, it was quite difficult actually making a whole thing out of the Flutterby Chunky. It doesn't have an awful lot of stretch to it, and the the fluffy bits, they come out quite a lot. So just bear that in mind if you're ever wanting to make amigurumi projects out of that particular yarn. You have to have a little bit of patience, which tested mine, but she came out good in the end. So the next thing I'm going to flip to photos for, this was a tapestry that I made for my mum quite a few years ago. It's been up in her bedroom for a long time, and it was in a frame, and the frame broke, and my mum decided that she wanted me to make it into a cushion. So that's what I did. I did a simple large granny square, stitched the tapestry to the front, did an extra section along the top, put some buttons on, and Bob's your uncle. That was the cushion tapestry thing that I made for my mum. Yeah, she's really happy with it, and now it sits on her bed. So she's got kitties, and she wanted the red in the back because that matches her bedroom decor. And the yarn that I used for that was the James C. Brett Marble Chunky. They don't have actual colour names on them. See if I can find. It's this one. I don't know if that's any help to anybody, but yeah, this is what it was. I used this a lot actually in December to make scarves and things out of, and it was lovely. So yeah, that was a little extra project that I made for my mum. So the next little project that I made is these three little guys, these little peas in a pod, and they do come out of the pod, each of them. So it's just three little peas with cute little faces on them. And they sit nicely in their little pod. Now this is another one from the Kawaii Crochet book by Melissa Bradley. I really like that book. There's lots of really small, simple projects in there to do. That is the same book that my apples came from. So he can sit on there. After the peas in a pod, they were a really nice, easy little project just to kind of recalibrate my brain and think, what do I want to do next? After that came Valentine's Day. So anybody that watched my Valentine's disaster video understands that I did have a project in mind. I couldn't do it because the stuffing that I ordered came through, and absolutely it was the worst stuffing I'd ever seen in my life. It was so pants, and I was so angry because I had a really cool idea in my head, and what I wanted to do was make lots of these. And I was gonna almost like a yarn bomb around my area and leave some of these out with little nice Valentine's notes on them, but I couldn't do that. So I did complete these. The new stuffing that I ordered, which is so much nicer than that rubbish that came beforehand that I can't really use, and it's still sat in my ottoman with no life purpose. I did get the rest of the stuffing, and it came literally at the end of the day on that Valentine's Sunday. So I made this one that you saw. So this is out of the Stylecraft Special Chunky, crikey, words. You saw this one on Valentine's Day, and I also made one in the Drops Cotton. So that's a little one. And then I also made one out of Flutterby Chunky. Now this one, all of these are my daughter's. I gave them to her as a Valentine's Day gift in the end. This one has been absolutely battered and bruised. It's so soft and squishy. However, the stitching is coming out of the eyes because I didn't realise that 3 hearts, which I assumed were going to be for decoration, would be played with quite so much. So yeah, this one's a little bit battered, but these two are holding up really, really nicely. Cute little hearts. And my cat has just wobbled my stand. Hello. Are you going to come and say hello? No, she's not. She's looking at me like... So that was the Valentine's project that wasn't to be, but in the end it was to be. And I gave them to my daughter, and she loves them. So again, they were from the Kawaii Crochet book, the same as the peas in the pod. So after that, I am very excited for this one. So I think I've told you a few times I like rainbows and unicorns and stars and all those sort of mystical things, and I have been waiting for a while to find the perfect one of these, and I finally found my perfect little unicorn. She is adorable. She has got all the lovely colours in her. She's got a bit of a wonky horn. Let's straighten that out, darling. Good girl. So I call her Teeny. She is not to be played with. This one is very special to me. I love my unicorns. She sits down in her little pose. She's got a cute little face. Teeny is from the Unicorns, Dragons and More amigurumi book, and it's a pattern by Anabu Crochet. Once again, I've used the Starcraft Special Chunky on this one, and yeah, she's come out fantastically. She is such a little cutie. She's very special to me, and Teeny the Unicorn has a very big place in my heart. My first unicorn that I have crocheted, there will be more because unicorns are my thing, and like I told you before, I liked unicorns before they were cool, and I've got a little tattoo of a unicorn on my wrist there. She's really cute, and yeah, unicorns are my thing. So that was my unicorn. So after the unicorn, I then made, I'm sorry I keep looking at my list, I know it's annoying, but I don't want to forget anything. The next one that I made, it also came from the Unicorns, Dragons and More book, and this is a pattern by DIY Fluffies. So DIY Fluffies. This one is another big boy. This is Pooble the Little Dragon. Oh my god, he's massive. So Pooble is made from, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but he's mostly made from the Sheepy's Chunky Monkey. I think that's how you say it. So he's made from that. Again, he's supposed to be made from cotton, so he should be a lot smaller, but welcome to Alice Land. We don't do things small, we do big scale. I love him. He's amazing. He lives in my living room and he sits on my coffee table and he stares at me while I sit and do some more crochet. He's wicked. He took quite a little while to make. It's mostly because you make all these bits separate and then sew them on, and that's the bit I think that takes the most time for me, is the sewing things on, because I want to make sure that everything has its things in the right place. His little wings, and he also, you can make him without the wings and without the ears, and then he's a dinosaur. That's really bad showing, Alice. Yeah, so you can make him without the wings and without the ears, and then he's a dinosaur. But I love him so much, and he's so cute. And look at his little face. Oh my god, he's so cute. So that was Pooble the Dragon. I told you, I get overexcited. This is my time. This is my time. Okay, so we're nearly there. We're nearly done with the February projects. Now, the next thing that I made was this bookmark, which some of you would have seen. This was a little reset project for me. I was struggling with something, which you'll see in a minute, and I needed to take some time away from that particular project and go off and do something super easy. So I just literally did single crochet rows in the rainbow colours, and this little star, I found a video on YouTube by Hooked by Robin, and I just attached him to the top and made this little bookmark. And then after I did that one, I found another video of a sunflower applique, and this was, let me get the right one, Crochet Jewel. This was a project by Crochet Jewel on YouTube, and I made a sunflower bookmark. I love sunflowers, like I have said already before. So this was a really cool project, and the rainbow one was a really cool project, and it just gave me a good opportunity to do something that was slightly more mindless than reading the complicated pattern of the thing that I will show you in a second. With a lot of my projects, I have got a little page on Facebook that I share my projects with, like family and friends and stuff, and I do offer to make them for people for a small price, and somebody actually ordered some from me, so the bookmarks have gone down really, really well. And yeah, I made these 3 colourful different stars. I mostly use Starcraft Special Chunky, and also a mixture of that with the Sheepy's Chunky Monkey yarn, because I really, really like that yarn. So that was my, like I say, my reset project. I was making something. Oh, right, okay, here's the thing. I completely overestimated what I was able to do. And I'd made projects that were beginner level, I'd made intermediate level, and I was like, well, they're fine. I can do them. I can read the patterns. It's not a problem. I've got this. There was something that I wanted to make, and it was expert level. And I thought, yeah, I can do that. yeah, and I had a quick look through the pattern and I thought, yeah, I can do that. And it was really difficult. I don't know why I found it so difficult, because once I completed it and I read it back, I was like, actually, that wasn't ridiculously hard. It just frazzled my brain. But this was the project that I made. This is a little mermaid. Look at her hair. Look at her hair. She is incredible. She is a cute little mermaid. Again, she is from the Unicorns, Dragons and More Fantasy Amigurumi book. That is a mouthful. And this particular project is by Leah I'm going to say this wrong. It's either Leah Arjano or Leah Ahano. Please don't come for me. I'm trying my best. But now she's done. She's adorable. Okay. Again, she doesn't have a name because she is a present for my daughter's friend for her birthday next month. But this did take a little while. And you will see that I have used a different yarn for this one. I used a cotton yarn, which probably didn't help with my stress levels, because you guys know how stressed I get with cotton yarn, especially when it splits, which this one did quite a bit. The main body, she is made from Drops Cotton, and then for her hair, now the pattern called for just a plain colour, and I don't do plain colours. I wanted something slightly more jazzy, so I had been given this by a friend of mine who gave me like just a bag of her own yarn. She's like, I'm not going to use it, you're going to use it, take it. So my friend Emma, in her bag of goodies, had given me this, the Women's Institute Soft and Silky. And this is a 70% acrylic, 30% merino yarn, and the colours are beautiful in it. I mean, it's really lovely. It looks like some weird flavoured ice cream. Apparently this was a Hobbycraft exclusive, but it was perfect for the mermaid. So yeah, this ball of yarn that I didn't pay a penny for, that my friend gave me and said that she would never use, got made into about 3 million strands of hair. I did count how many stitches this was. Have I got it here? I think I've got it here, because this was insane. Have I got it? Oh no, I think I've got rid of it. It was something like 7,800 stitches and chains. So yeah, that was a tough project, but she was worth it, and she is lovely, and made with love. And also her little arms move as well, because she's stitched not like into place but through stitches. So yeah, her little arms move. Anyway, going on to the last thing. This is the last project. I know this is a long video, but you know, let me have my moment. So the last one that I made is from the Whimsical Stitches book, and that is by Lauren Epsey, and it is a sunflower. Isn't she gorgeous? And that's the back. Now this project calls for a dowling rod to give some structure in the middle to keep her standing up. Mine is wobbly because I don't have dowling rods in my house, so I taped together a handful of what they call pipe cleaners, and I've used them instead. But she is a happy little sunflower to live in our happy little house. Isn't she gorgeous? And I did actually have these little terracotta pots. Again, the pattern calls for a bigger pot. So yeah, I just make my own rules really. So that's everything. That is February. An absolute ton of projects. My hands are still ready to make some more though. So let's see what happens in March. March, I know I've got a lot going on of particular projects that I need to make. It's my niece's birthday. We've got Mother's Day coming up. So obviously they need to have something special for them as well. I'm in the middle of a project now. Was hoping to get it done by this weekend, but I've just kind of been a bit of a slow-mo one. However, that one should be made soon. But yeah, you'll see that at the end of March. I am so happy with all my projects this month. Let me know in the comments, right? 2 things I would like you to talk to me about. Which one was your favourite project that I made this month? And also the second thing I would like you to comment is, what kind of videos would you like to see from me? Obviously I do the completed project videos, they are my favourites. I do yarn hauls when I get new yarn, but I'm probably not going to be able to get any new yarn for a while because I haven't got any room. I've got boxes down there as well, which are full of yarn, and I need to try and use some before I buy some more. So let me know, what was your favourite project, and also what you would like to see in a video. I'm thinking about doing like some book reviews on some of the crochet books that I've got. Would that be interesting? I don't know. And should I do them as multiple or single videos for each book? I don't know. Let me know. Tell me. You're the people viewing this. So let me know what you'd like to see. Thank you so much for indulging me with my February projects. I really appreciate you all being here, and keep your comments coming in. It's so nice. I keep seeing, you know, familiar names popping up now, so I'm getting to kind of know some of the people in the comments, which is really cool. Yeah, it's been lovely having you along with my little indulgent February makes. Please look after yourselves, and please look after your loved ones. Stay safe. Thank you again, and I love you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Mm-hmm.